Good morning, beautiful. I hope that you are well rested, ready to begin your day. It's your daily insight on life and love for April 8th, 2021. Also timeless. So wherever you're catching it, it could be relevant. If it isn't, you can either hang out, you can go, you can do whatever you want. But if you're going to hang out, I hope you enjoy the show. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the bell for notifications. And if you have questions about booking a session or any of the services I provide, email, DM, it's all good. So we're kicking this off with Rider Waite. Why are you worried about the attention of someone else or the wealth of someone else or whatever it comes with? Whoever this is, I do have a feeling that they're incredibly loyal. And what we're looking at here is, I do have a feeling that the nervousness that you are feeling is a very big karmic lesson that needs to come to a close. I do see that you have this, it's a real faith-based need, and not like religion or anything, unless that actually is. But it's really essential right now that you take a leap of faith on somebody and trust that they're being honest, truthful, that they have your best intentions. I do have a feeling that whatever they tell you can be proven true. Whatever your insecurity is about the situation or your lack of faith or trust is going to be proven to be false. So what we're seeing here is somebody who actually really is loyal. Somebody who really does care. Somebody who really does have your intentions in their heart. Like, what would be a care for you? They are considering you. And I know that you want to jump to conclusions, but don't do it. It's on no real sturdy ground. It's just, I guess, trying to prove yourself to be right in order to be self-protected and miserable. This is really coming from somewhere else. I do feel like it has almost nothing to do with this person. I really do feel like they are a trigger for it, but it's essential that they trigger you because this is in you. It has nothing to do with them and what their intentions are and what they're doing or what anything down the road is. I do feel like this is somebody who's personally connected to you. This is some sort of an intimate connection. It can be romantic, can be platonic, or whatever the connection is, but it is very closely directed to you. You have to shed whatever this old image is, old self-doubt, old belief about yourself or what your value is. And this will be done in the process of this. You can talk to this person about what's on your heart, what's weighing you down, what's scary for you. But honestly, I think that this is something where if you take a pause and rest, it'll all come to the surface and you will be relieved. But if you can't, just talk without projecting, because that's going to build up a new wall that we don't need to concoct in this. I see you as winning out in this, and I see them giving you the pick, the choice, the vindication, the validation, all those awesome B words. But I really do feel like this is something very positive for you, for them, because I also feel like they have no idea how deep-rooted, this insecurity is of yours. Like, you could just be easily replaced in this situation, whether this is a career, a family position, or a romantic situation. You're not as replaceable as you have let yourself believe, or how other people have constructed you to believe. Whatever the situation is, know that I'm actually even going to go to the mini reads on this one. If it were to fall through, it's because it's intended to fall through. It wouldn't have worked out anyways. There's no use in saying coulda, woulda, shoulda about it. If it didn't work out, it was never going to work out. If it could, it would. If it didn't, it won't. And that's kind of cold and callous when you think about it, but it's straight to the point. I guess you could say one of the, I hate this saying so much. I hate it. It is what it is. Yeah, thanks, man. Big help. I hate you so much. I seriously hate that saying like you wouldn't believe. All right, let's see. Which one was it? I think it's this one. Sometimes you feel like no one understands you, like you're not heard or even that you don't count. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion, and although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, well, we who love you know better. You are never alone, and whenever rejection happens, you are ultimately being protected so better things can replace what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Yeah, it is this one. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching over you and rooting, itchy nose, for your ultimate success. Life loves you, and we love you, and you are a unique spark in the divine, and always connected to the light and to the source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep the faith. Love you always and forever. Of Spirit. And that is going to lead me to a few others. Before I go there, I want to see why you're so insecure. What is the root of it? Yeah. What is the root of the insecurity? Oh, I knew it was gonna fall. 1 second. Hi. All right. So we have, being so confident about things in the past only to have it be rejected at the last throw. You're afraid to be happy because in the past, happiness has meant that you were delusional. Guess what? You're not delusional. You weren't delusional then. You were dealing with schmucks. Not so much anymore. All right. Give me more. I want more. I always want more. All right, come on. Give me more of the why. What is the gut jerk or the knee jerk? The gut. The fear. What's the fear? What's the fear? What's the fear? Again with the falling. Am I just a terrible shuffler tonight? God, you really have to construct your beliefs, reconstruct your beliefs. Your old beliefs on connections, love even. It's not going to work for this modern world. I get it, you know, wanting such a deep, soulful connection, and that's beautiful, and it's accurate, and it's definitely there, but the way you go about it is so old school, and it's so black and white. It's not black and white. It is a process, a fluid process. You got to see this through a new angle. You have a lot of love on multiple levels to give. You don't have to be so stressed out about the other connection in this. How are we going to get peace in your heart? Actually, that's what's going to immediately bring me to the mini reads. How dare you? Did I drop any more cards, by the way? No. You're waiting for the other person to pull the plug on this. Sorry, dude. You got to find your balance. You got the world coming to you. You always gave your power away to another person to completely rip it from you. That's not going to happen now. I think whoever this is involving, believe it or not, they talk about you. And I think that they are defending whatever this connection is. Not as if somebody is doing the he said, she said. Oh my God. We're not in high school. Come on. We're not there. But I think that they are stepping up about this, whether it's romantic or whether it's family, because somebody in this has a curiosity, and it also feels like they just have a lot of questions. I see this connection, whatever it is, they're giving the validation of it. They're like, ba 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 ba, do. What's this? YouTube. All right, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Your fears are just based off of old stuff. You're going to find that whatever you are afraid about in this particular situation, It's not going to be like it was in the past. The world has changed. Your internal world has changed. This is just haunting you. You know, I love this thing that I saw. You know, when somebody ghosts you and they still check your social media, somebody called that a haunting. And I thought that that was just the greatest thing. That's really funny. Yeah, I do not check my bloggers. All right, so going into the mini reads. This is definitely involving this. Okay, you. It's time to grow up. You, in your adulthood, are still going to a, not infantile place, but a, what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with an R. You're still retreating to some form of immature stage of your life. Not saying that you're naive, not immature, but it predates the mental state now. I'm having a hard time with the words. This emotional trigger, it is so unlike you now. It seems almost alien, and it feels internally like we can't be here again. How am I here again? Spirit's like, you know why? Because you got to grow up. You got to let this go. You got to go do your thing. You got to go be that boss-ass bee that you are. And really, you have to. You have to check your emotions and see where they stem from. And then mindfully change those emotions. This is going to de-escalate so much of your stress that you have just internalized. I know, we internalize all of our stress, don't we? I mean, we learn how to let it go. And honestly, the whole internalizing it, what does that serve us? What do we get out of it? No, it's not going to work. So, you have a lot to purge. You know that this is different and that you are doing a very strong form of self-sabotage, hanging on to this so incredibly tight to get to a particular idealistic outcome in this one. No matter how we try and swing it, it's really because we have this idealized version of how this is going to go, how this is going to evolve, and how this is going to end. The thing is, this doesn't end. It doesn't. So the evolution of it is going to be constant. And you know what? You're going to bump into the walls. You're going to take some side pieces along the way to get to a particular part of the destination that, well, a particular place on the journey into the continual journey. I'm sorry. Sometimes, you get swept up in that. Anyway, so, you know what? Instead of doing the runaround in your head and freaking the heck out and trying to grasp onto anything, why don't you take a breather? I know, I don't want to hear it. I know that you don't want to hear it, but this is saying, go for a walk or something. Play a video game if you want. I'm not a gamer, but play a video game if you want. You have to do something different this time, because having this undertone of panic and grabbing onto every little aspect of this is going to drive you mad. And probably the other part of this mad too. I think that they'll get to a point of just being so frustrated that it's going to be like, listen, sit down, shut up. I got to talk to you about this. And it's going to be laid out in front of you. So, there's this. And this is pretty much saying the same thing. So, if we are looking at relationships and you follow the advice, actually, wait, whoa. What does the other person's higher self want you to know? What is the other person's higher self? God, again with the cards. You're a queen. I don't care what your gender is. That's the embodiment of queen energy. You're a boss. You're a boss, babe. You got to step into your confidence and power. They want you to. They want you to be that confident, beautiful babe that you are. They don't understand why you're so insecure, despite the past, despite what you have told them. They're looking at you like you are the greatest thing on the planet. I don't care what they connect. Oh, well, yeah, we were looking at love, weren't we? Okay. Sorry. To them, you're kind of awesome. And stop comparing yourself to other people. I know. I hate this so much. I keep dropping cards. This is your fault. I'm blaming you. Soulmate energy, communication. You don't need to keep learning a lesson you already know. You don't need to do it. You know this. You know this. So integrate it. Look, you have so much to kick off, to kick into gear. Please integrate this lesson that you already know. It's that this is not currently happening in your life, and it's not going to happen because you are in an entirely different place in time, in your mind, and this is a totally different connection. Definitely took a long time to get here. There's a light, and it's breaking the horizon. The darkest part is over, the dawn is approaching, and this is something that is trying to get you to receive it. It doesn't take a day to get there. This is a journey, and this is definitely awesome soulmate energy. Don't get it twisted. It's a mirror of you. The reason why this is so different is because you are so different, and this is a mirror of you. You got to communicate. This is going to happen. When it does, when you do process this, it'll happen like that, like clockwork. And let's see. I do feel like there is a new start to your confidence. And I think that them seeing you stand in that confidence is all the more alluring towards it. And not that you need that for validation, but it's definitely a positive. So this is saying you are boss, you are amazing. They see you in your power. They can't believe, and they don't even want to believe why you would be so insecure about something. But here we go. Communication is key in any connection. So we have the Hermit here in reverse. I want even more on that because, good God, repeating the same thing over and over again is in its own way very stupid and exhausting. So let's go. Come on. Hermit. Wait, no, the Hermit in reverse. Come on. Give me more details on this. What is the lesson that we have learned more than enough times, and we need to sit down, shut up, and integrate the change? Too many cards, Spirit. Probably that you're not a clown. Figuratively. If you're a clown as a career, hey, kudos to you. I wouldn't be able to do that. That you have the victory and that you have shed all of these old people. These are not characters in your life anymore at all. So why are you sticking their image on some place it doesn't belong? The lesson is you let go of all those dusty people in your life that are not going to serve you, that aren't going to grow with you, that have no place. So, you know what? Do not punish this person for something someone else did. It is not their fault. This is your responsibility to heal. But it is so important that you express to the other person what you are healing. So you definitely have a new beginning, a new passionate beginning. And this is starting from your confidence moving out. And if this is not a romantic connection and this is a life situation, what is the likely... Wait, no. I really feel like I should just stick to relationship in this one. Okay. If you follow this advice, what is the likely outcome of whatever this connection? Because I do feel like it is a personal connection. The gravity of it, your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in-depth, and intense. Okay. What is the likely outcome of this situation if they follow the advice? Come on. Get it? You're not going to be exiled. Yeah. you're going to keep each other's place. I'm so tired of this. Okay, you are finally putting the final nail in that coffin, and the cycle is over. It's a new start for you guys. It really is, and that's awesome. And I think that you finally are going to be able to bury these ghosts. What would it mean to you if you didn't have this trauma weighing on you anymore? What would it mean if you didn't have to force yourself to worry anymore? We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the Six of Wands. And we're finishing it off with this. You'll stop watering and feeding dead seeds that died long time ago. And you'll actually get out on top of this. And you'll be happy. Big, massive changes are occurring in your world. Happiness is yours. In this connection, absolutely. In life, absolutely. You're going to stop watering it. You will be relieved of whatever this pain is that you're carrying, but you have to face it first. This person who you are thinking about, that, you know, you want this connection with, or you've been building this connection with, whether or not it's romantic, I see them staying. And I see that this is going to be a beautiful connection moving forward with a lot less intense stress on it. I really hope that you know that this reading doesn't stop at midnight, and that your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in-depth, and intense. This is a projection of your future based off of what's going on, and if you follow this route. So if you have questions about booking a session, go ahead, reach out in the email address, or find me on any social platform. Yeah. I hope that this finds you well. Go rock this day and make it yours. And hopefully I talk to you soon. Until then, stay safe, have fun, and just know that you are greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. Take 3. This flew, I flew, we all flew. Anyways, hi. Think of a loved one who has crossed over. If you can't think of anybody, it's fine. It's going to be from your main guide, but listen with an open heart and an open mind. So, sometimes you feel like no one understands you. Maybe you're not heard, or even that you don't count. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion. And although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, we who love you know better. You are never alone. Even when rejection happens, you are ultimately protected so that better things can replace what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching over you and rooting for your ultimate success. Life loves you. We love you. And you are a unique spark of the divine and always connected to light and to source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep the faith. Love you always and forever. Love, Spirit. So what feels like, you know, just completely being dropped, it's actually going to serve you better. And you want to know what? This is going to turn out better than you anticipate. So stay safe, have fun. All right, think of a loved one who has crossed over. If you can't think of anybody, it's going to be from your main guide. Just listen with an open heart and an open mind. This is Spirit postcard. Okay, to help you manifest a life for the highest good, we invite you to examine your deepest desires. Imagine all of your desires, no matter what kind, like magic seed pods in a basket, glowing with infinite potential. Look closely at each one. Are you afraid that they might bring you too much attention and invite negative reactions from others? Is the change too daunting? Are you too afraid to stretch and to grow, to let yourself be led forward, and to let the seeds of positive intention take to the wind? Your desires count, and you are worthy of them. They are essential for co-creating your world. Did you ever consider that a desire comes from deep within you, and that Spirit might be moving to create something beautiful to share with others? Some desires are infused with miraculous powers to move the heart and influence the world in ways you can't possibly know. We know you and love you so deeply. We are happy to support you. Thank God. You know the deal. Think of a loved one who has crossed over. If you can't think of anybody, it's fine. It's going to be from your main guide. Just listen with an open heart and an open mind. So, even though life seems to be moving full steam ahead, it's time to rest. Allow ideas to flow through you and take root in your heart before they reach your mind. Honor this process of becoming empty to allow for inspiration and magic of dreaming. You may feel lazy or unproductive, but we know better. Just as sleep is a way to recharge before renewal, so are you in the time of dreaming. This is a powerful process of co-creation. Your soul merges with spirit in a profound way so that you can receive your music directly from source and play your part in the symphony of life. You are being invited to bear witness to the great creation and tune into what others can't hear. We have so many dreams to share with you in the sacred and in the invisible, so don't worry. We'll wake you when it's time to return to a new dream. No need to set an alarm clock. Hope that made sense. Well, old habits die hard. Something is pulling at your emotional heartstrings. Spirit's not putting up with it. I know that you are feeling antsy about the entire situation. We have adult children, we have spiritual growth, we have emotions and healthcare change. So what this is telling me, this is time to process some really deep-rooted emotion that has nothing to do with the current situation. It's being triggered by it, but that's about it. This is all old stuff. And you can't have the same reaction in this scenario that you would have had in a previous one. So Spirit is having you sit down, look at it, and change your tone with it. This is what's going to clear a new path. And you want to know what? It's going to get all the stress off of you, to be honest. I mean, this has been a burden on you for a long time. And I have a feeling that this amount of anxiety, it just can't continue this way. So I hope that made sense. Stay safe, have fun. Purge is the word, and I don't mean that in a literal, you want to know what? A physical purge actually might be happening for some of you. You know, the sweat, the flushing. But to each their own. This is saying a purge is definitely happening, and you know why this is happening. This is something that has been really pent up. You've been far too rigid, far too controlling about a particular situation in your life. The rigidness, either the mental or emotional or self over control has got to stop. Look, you got to learn how to be more flexible in this situation. And you want to know, you've exhausted yourself in this entire thing. So what this is saying, you know what needs to be done. You know what you have to stop. So take the step in initiating this process. Lay down, rest, relax. If you can, either that or go for a walk. But regardless, you got to take this monkey off your back. So do it. You know what? It's time to clean house. I hope that made sense. Do it. Bye. Is it intuition or is it fear that you're following? That is truly the question, isn't it? Look, I know that you want to play detective in this situation, and you want to, you probably can do the detective work, but maybe you should just let it come up by itself, expose itself, or you want to know what? How about take itself off the hook even? The pioneer is talking about going an entirely new route that you would, rather than what you would have gone through before. It's time to really clear a new path. Whatever you would have consistently done in the past, you got to do something different now. You're going to make yourself feel a lot better. You don't need to have this ruined. I don't think that it's in the cards for whatever the situation is to be ruined. I think that it's going to vindicate itself, honestly. Somebody is going to be proven to be true. I hope that made sense. Take a breath, stay safe, have fun.